We've got a matchup here in Dana White's Contender Series, week number 3, between two undefeated grapplers. Both of these guys are high-level grapplers and undefeated. That makes for an exciting matchup. I do love a good grappling match. Now, a lot of times when you see two high-level grapplers versus each other, it ends up being a striking fight. I think that'd be a disservice here. I really hope we get to see some grappling exchanges between these two. And I know a lot of fans get upset, like, oh, grappling's boring, whatever. I don't think it is. I enjoy it. If that's your take, that's okay. Maybe don't watch this one because it's a couple of grapplers. So either way, I think it's going to be a great fight. Both of these guys, undefeated flyweight prospects. Now, in this one, Nick Piccininni is actually, I think, the third opponent for Jack Duffy. I believe he had, was it Mitch Raposo originally? And then, obviously, he went to the UFC. And then it was one other opponent who I think got signed to the UFC. Off the top of my head, I'm blanking on the name. But Nick Piccininni is here now, and this is the toughest matchup of the three, I think, for him for Duffy stylistically. This is a close fight because both guys, like I said, are extremely good grapplers, but with different styles. We've got a wrestler versus more of a jiu-jitsu player. Now, when I look at this matchup, neither guy knows how to lose, so that's good. Should make for a fun time. It's going to be who's going to be able to work their game in this one. So let's start on the Piccininni side, okay? He's a solid wrestler. I believe he was an All-American in college at, was it Oklahoma State? Somebody let me know if it's Oklahoma State. I could be wrong about that. I think that's right. It was one of them Big 12 schools. I do know that. So Piccininni, solid wrestling. Obviously, that's anywhere in like that middle of the United States region for college wrestling. It's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. So good takedowns, absolutely solid there. He can chain wrestle when he needs to. I don't think he's going to have to here. I think getting Duffy to the mat's not going to be too tough if he's going for takedowns because I think Duffy's going to be willing to exchange in the grappling. But at the same time, if he needs to, if Duffy's trying to defend, he can chain wrestle. So there's that. He has very good control. And what he does, it's one of my favorite things that people can do is they wrap up the legs with that leg lace. So he'll step over and like almost figure four the legs. But then in addition to that, he takes the leg that locks the figure four. I wish I could show you, but you can't see my legs. And he'll put that over the top of the shins. It makes it incredibly hard to move your legs as the person on bottom. And if he can do that and then elevate the feet even, oh my goodness, you can't really do anything because your only options, you have two options, and he actually uses this here. You have two options. You can either try your hardest to force him down and get your knees past, but you're going to eat shots bad. Or you can either give up mount or give up your back. Those are the options. And he will use this extremely well. Once he gets guys down, lace the legs, and then either take mount or their back, or if they're going to try to fight and push off, they're going to eat shots, just clean to the face without any blocking. It's just how it works. So absolutely love this for Piccininni. He used to train at American Kickboxing Academy. I bet you that's why this became such a big part of his game because all those wrestlers there use that leg lace very, very effectively. Now I think he's, where did he go now? Fortis, maybe? I think he's at Fortis now. But still, point is, at one point he was at AKA, and that's where this, I believe, comes from. If I'm to muster a guess. He has good enough ground and pound to set up his submission attempts, right? He doesn't have like excellent ground and pound, but it's there just to kind of put forth enough volume to get you to either give up one of his two kind of wrestling style submissions. I understand a rear naked choke is pretty much throughout all grappling arts, but the way he sets these things up is through like his wrestling style. He'll either ground and pound you from the mount until you give up that arm triangle, which he's very good with, or you roll over face down and he gets you with the rear naked choke. All in all, love the wrestling game here. Striking's a different story. It's not that good. He's okay. He has enough striking to add to his wrestling. Good high guard, decent jab. It's about it. Eats leg kicks extremely bad. Like that's not a good thing for him. But usually he's getting the wrestling going early enough that it's not a problem. So for Piccininni here, he's going to want to use his wrestling, but at the same time he's going against a really high level grappler. But if he's striking, he's going to be eating leg kicks. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And the jab, I don't think is going to be enough for him to win a striking match. Maybe it is. I don't think so. On the other side, Jack Duffy. Dude is a solid grappler. And originally, when I started watching tape, I started with the Duffy side, and I was like, oh my gosh, who's going to be able to grapple with this guy? And then I realized, oh, okay, this is a competitive grappling matchup here. But when I was originally watching the tape, because like I said, I started with Duffy, my goodness, I was impressed by his grappling ability. The guy's got pretty good takedowns, not like Piccininni takedowns, but good, and he gets deep on his shots. However, this dude can just take your back from anywhere. Whether you're standing on the mat, doesn't matter. He's got excellent transitions, and he's usually looking to take that back. He's got a slick rear naked choke from there. He also can control you from there. He's got excellent back control. He can control from the top as well, but that back control is what he wants to do and wants to get to. And like I said, he can take that on the feet. He can take the back from when you're on the ground. He can take it when he's got you in his guard. He can crawl around the back. He's very good at getting backs. He's going to attack submissions. In fact, most of his wins do come via that way. But, he doesn't waste time getting there. That's the thing that I really like about Duffy. He's going to start quick, come across the cage, and try to get the grappling going. Now, in this matchup, it's going to be tricky, like I said, because both guys are extremely high-level grapplers just with different styles. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Now, on the feet, he's a decent striker as well. His grappling threat, because his grappling is so slick, often sets up his strikes, and at range, his kicks are very good. Hands leave a little bit to be desired, and his striking defense is pretty bad. We've seen him drop before in the past. He's tough. He gets back up, does fine, but once he gets the grappling going, it's not a big deal, but he has been dropped before. But his kicks at range, he's going to be able to land not only kicks to the leg for Piccininni, but if he can stay at range and move, he could probably throw some pretty decent kicks and just kind of, do enough to make Piccininni frustrated because he can't quite catch him, because he can't get there in time. So I do think that is a possible thing we get if it's a striking matchup where Piccininni is just trying to chase him down, trying to hit him with the jab. But Duffy is just throwing these big, wild high kicks and then slamming the leg kick and stuff. And they're not like super heavy, but they look nice. They got a good sting to them, it seems. And so I could see him winning that way, but I really hope we get a grappling matchup. But guys, it comes down to what you think. Do you think the wrestler looking for the top control is going to win, or the slick jiu-jitsu player with the back takes and things like that is going to win? That's what it comes down to. Ultimately, for me, it might be a bias because I kind of favor wrestlers, but I'm taking Piccininni. I think he's going to be able to get on top, be in a lot of situations where he's kind of having some trouble because, like I said, Duffy's extremely slick on the mat. I think Piccininni is going to be able to wrap those legs up, control, and win a ton of minutes there. And then Duffy's going to have moments of success when he maybe gets out, gets a scramble, takes it back, and it looks, whoa, here he goes. He's going to get him. And then Piccininni survives, but most of the round goes to Piccininni. So I'm going to take Piccininni. Zero confidence in that because this is going to be a really close fight. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And while you're down there, please like the video. Really quickly, momentarily, or if it hasn't already, the playlist for Dana White's Contender Series Week 3 is going to pop up on the screen. Check that out if you haven't already. Maybe this is the last one you're checking out. That's great if it is. But if not, check out those videos. I've got all 5 of them up, and I appreciate you doing so. I'll see you guys in the next breakdown.